Hey there folks, welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into a fascinating story that's been making waves in the world of energy and economics. We're talking about Guyana, a small South American country that's undergone a dramatic transformation in recent years. Imagine waking up one day to find out that your backyard is sitting on a gold mine, or in this case, an oil field. That's essentially what happened to Guyana back in 2015. Since then, this nation of less than 1 million people has been on a roller coaster ride that's reshaping its economy and its future. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's explore the incredible tale of Guyana's economic oil boom. Let's start at the beginning. In 2015, ExxonMobil made a game-changing discovery off the coast of Guyana. They found not just a little oil, but a massive reserve estimated at over 11 billion barrels. To put that into perspective, that's more oil per capita than any other country in the world. This discovery wasn't just big, it was colossal. It immediately put Guyana on the map as a potential major player in the global oil market. But here's the kicker. Before this, Guyana was one of the poorest countries in South America. Its economy was primarily based on agriculture and mining. Oil? That wasn't even on their radar. The impact of this discovery can't be overstated. It's like finding out you've won the lottery but on a national scale. Suddenly, Guyana was looking at a future where it could potentially become one of the wealthiest countries in the region. Now, you might think that going from discovery to production would take decades, but in Guyana's case, things moved at lightning speed. By 2019, just 4 years after the initial discovery, Guyana started producing oil. The pace of development has been nothing short of astounding. As of early 2024, Guyana's oil production has reached 645,000 barrels per day. That's a massive leap for a country that wasn't producing any oil just 5 years ago. But it doesn't stop there. ExxonMobil and its partners have ambitious plans for the future. They're aiming to increase production to 1.2 million barrels per day by 2027. If they achieve this, it would make Guyana the second largest oil producer in South America, behind only Brazil. This rapid development has been driven by a series of projects in the staggering block, the area where the initial discovery was made. Currently, there are 3 major projects in operation: Liza Phase 1, Liza Phase 2, and Payara. Each of these projects uses massive floating production, storage and offloading (FPSO) vessels, which are essentially floating oil production facilities. Now let's talk about what all this oil means for Guyana's economy. In short, it's been transformative. In 2022, Guyana's economy grew by a staggering 62.3%. Yes, you heard that right, 62.3%. That made it the fastest growing economy in the world that year. And this growth is expected to continue. The International Monetary Fund projects that Guyana's economy will grow by an average of 20% annually through 2028. To put this into perspective, let's look at some numbers. In 2019, before oil production started, Guyana's GDP was about $5 billion. By 2025, it's projected to reach $14 billion. That's nearly a tripling of the economy in just 6 years. But it's not just about the overall economic growth. The oil boom is bringing in significant revenues for the government. In 2023, oil revenues were around $1 billion. By 2040, they're expected to reach $7.5 billion annually. This influx of money is giving the government resources it never had before. So, what's Guyana doing with all this newfound wealth? They're investing heavily in infrastructure. The government has launched projects to build 12 hospitals, 7 hotels, multiple schools, 2 large highways, and its first deepwater port. They're also investing in a major gas-to-energy project that's expected to double the country's energy output and halve power bills. Now you might be thinking, this all sounds great. Guyana must be on cloud 9. Well, not so fast. While the oil boom presents enormous opportunities, it also comes with significant challenges. One of the biggest concerns is what economists call the resource curse, or the paradox of plenty. This is a phenomenon where countries rich in natural resources often end up worse off economically and politically. We've seen this happen in other oil-rich countries, where the sudden influx of wealth led to corruption, economic mismanagement, and political instability. There are also concerns about Guyana's capacity to manage this sudden wealth. The country lacks the expertise and regulatory framework to effectively oversee such a large and complex industry. There are worries that this could lead to environmental risks, unfair deals with oil companies, or mismanagement of oil revenues. Another major challenge is ensuring that the benefits of the oil boom are distributed equitably among Guyana's population. The country has a history of ethnic tensions, and there are concerns that the oil wealth could exacerbate these divisions if not managed carefully. Lastly, there's the elephant in the room: climate change. As a low-lying coastal country, Guyana is particularly vulnerable to rising sea levels and extreme weather events. The irony of relying on oil production to fund climate adaptation measures isn't lost on many observers. So how is Guyana addressing these challenges? Well, they're taking several steps. First, they've established a sovereign wealth fund to manage the oil revenues. This fund, known as the Natural Resource Fund, is designed to save some of the oil money for future generations and to prevent overspending in the short term. They've also joined the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, which requires member countries to publicly disclose how their governments manage resource rights and revenues. This is a positive step towards ensuring transparency and accountability in the oil sector. In terms of environmental protection, Guyana has taken some encouraging steps. In 2023, a Guyanese court ruled that ExxonMobil must provide an unlimited guarantee to cover the cost of potential oil spills. This shows that the country is serious about holding oil companies accountable for environmental risks. Looking to the future, Guyana is also exploring ways to diversify its economy beyond oil. They're investing in sectors like agriculture, tourism, and renewable energy. The goal is to use the oil wealth as a springboard to develop a more diverse and sustainable economy. Interestingly, Guyana has also applied to join the New Development Bank, also known as the BRICS Bank. This move could potentially give Guyana access to additional funding for infrastructure projects and could help it build stronger economic ties with major emerging economies like China, India, and Brazil. As we wrap up, it's clear that Guyana is at a pivotal moment in its history. The oil boom has the potential to transform the country from one of the poorest in South America to one of the wealthiest. But realizing this potential while avoiding the pitfalls that have plagued other resource-rich countries will be a significant challenge. The next few years will be crucial. How Guyana manages its oil wealth, addresses environmental concerns, and navigates geopolitical challenges will determine whether this small nation can turn its oil windfall into lasting prosperity for its people. One thing's for sure, the world will be watching Guyana closely. Its success or failure could provide valuable lessons for other developing countries grappling with sudden resource wealth. And that's it for today, folks. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Guyana's economic oil boom. If you found this video informative, please give it a like and consider subscribing to our channel for more in-depth analyses of global economic trends. Until next time, take care.